When I first got into contact with Xuan Li, I was looking for answers. It's been decades since my mother's parents migrated from Indonesia to the Netherlands. Yet I often still find myself trying to connect to this history. And perhaps that's what first sparked my interest in Xuan Li's art.
Yeah, I tend to make waves, so it's just me.
I love the sound.
ASMR.
In search of something I initially referred to as cultural identity, I expected Xuan to tell me that her batik art, among other things, was intrinsically tied to hers, to Indonesia. And so, as we talked, I found myself continuously looking for ties, connections, intersections, anything that would lead us back to Xuan's cultural heritage.
It's just very Indonesian style, so like this one is not just salt and pepper. Everyone just usually hears salt and pepper, but I mix it. The secret is fish sauce.
Now, some of these connections were rather obvious.
Oils to get more flavor. So okay, now I'm
Smells really good.
More good things. Now I can change it. Okay,
Smakelijk. Others showed great resilience in navigating belonging and unbelonging.
When I first got introduced, the father said, "Oh, Chinese, you better be careful around. Chinese people, they steal your money, you run off." I was like, "I'm not Chinese, but it's funny. It's like we all look the same. They say, Thai, Vietnamese, all Chinese, right? They tend to do that. Yeah. So that's what I went through. So it's just how to say. I kind of see like having gone through all that and still being able to stand strong is a kind of achievement on its own. Yeah.
And sometimes a deviation from my intent to somehow uncover Xuan's cultural identity took me by surprise.
So this is how, like you were asking, right? Like how I keep in touch with my roots, right? So this, through books, through art. So it's like I don't actually need to buy a book on the language that I grew up with, but it's good to show people this is what it sounds like. Yeah, it's not Malay, it's Hokkien, it's a dialect of Chinese with Malay. So I keep these kind of things to also stay in touch, with my roots.
So these are both language books and batik books.
Yeah, and of course things that I like fairies and I know that those are
herbs and spices.
Stickers, cute stuff. It's just sweet.
Perhaps I was so keen to connect this notion of a cultural identity to a certain country and culture and a person from that culture, because a part of me had hoped that it would help me find more clarity about my own. And in that light, I had initially assumed that batik for Xuan functioned as some kind of catalyst to express and convey her nationality to others. And that's why it caught me somewhat off guard when she told me that it actually wasn't. When she taught me that there's much more to cultural identity than the place that someone geographically comes from.
When you're doing batik, I'm wondering, do you feel like more connected to Indonesia somehow, or is it a separate thing from Indonesia?
I don't think about the country. I think of more family. So it's not like Singapore. No, I don't. It's what I used to do with grandma. What gives meaning to my life? It was how I spent my time with the people who cared about me.
That it's about what we pass on.
These are from mom, passed on from grandma. So all these, yeah, these.
And the meanings we assign to things.
Whatever I paint is actually like family. Yeah. This helps me
maybe ground yourself.
ground this home.
Yeah.
Ground myself, yeah.
That it's actually many things coming together. Language, religion, beliefs, values, symbols, traditions, aesthetics, family, a symbiosis, not just bound to places, but mostly to people, to whatever makes us us, which are perhaps the things that we tend to return to in our hearts.